Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hello, Ed, Tommy, Vin, Ed, Fred, Chris, Mike, JB. How you guys all doing here? Thanks for being here so early this morning. I'm looking through some charts. I've been here for a bit this morning. I was up here late last night looking at charts, and I got to tell you, I don't see much difference in anything this morning that I saw, saw now that I saw earlier this morning or last night. The bears still have control. We are still quite oversold down here. But as most, especially seasoned traders know, we can be oversold for an awfully long time, just like we can be overbought for an awfully long time. So until the bulls want to change this game, the sellers are going to have their control. I also think that as much as I hate to bring in outside influences, such as, we'll just say politics, I'm afraid the old government shutdown thing is going to put the headlock on the market until that's solved. Honestly, I don't really care how the market, I don't think the market really will care how it's solved as long as it's solved. So until that changes, we just may be kind of a bluesy kind of market. Good morning, Julie. Yeah, kind of a bluesy tune on the market here. We are approaching the 500 and the 200 period moving average just by pure charting. I believe that this is an area that we could start to see a little bit of consolidation in. Now that consolidation can run a little bit like this. And the thing of it is we really don't know if that consolidation is going to continue to the downside or break out. And I suspect it really does have a lot to do with the shutdown and what happens there. But I do believe that's some pretty good support for now. We may be seeing a little dribble below, but that's what I'm going to look at. If that fails, we have other problems on our hands. Then I think we've got about a 400 problem on our hands down here, where we may be headed, and then really don't want to visit the 380 low there. Really don't want to do that. But sometimes what I want, I don't get, quite often actually. So careful with this market here. T21.23, we got a little bullish here yesterday going into the close on the 15-minute. Let's see how we open up a little bit. This is not real time, so the open will be a shock to it, and we'll just have to watch what happens there. The close, we did nibble on some bullishness a little. Let's see if that can kind of hold up a little bit through here. As far as some charts that may be looking pretty good, there are both bullish and there are both bearish charts that look good. The problem that I see is you've got to decide is, do you have enough in your favor? Is your army big enough is what it amounts to. And that's just a decision that you have to make as a trader. So with that said, yesterday we talked about BTU popping up, a little too high to be buying, would like to see an inside day, and that's just what we're getting today. So BTU to me is looking pretty good to the long side. Everything is pointing up at this point. The market is a bit choppy, so you're very likely to see a little bit of chop where it might pop up and pop down, and that is just simply a choppy market. Let me do this here. There we go. Another one is this OWL. I think this AWL, excuse me, might be setting up pretty good. Nice pop up, nice little flag to the pullback, to a pullback, not to the pullback, to the T line. And that seems to be looking pretty good with a little pop up, maybe some clear skies for a few good percent on that. Costco is another one. Now, Costco put in a belt hold yesterday, ended with a bullish engulf. We've got a nice little trend right here. I think Costco is going to need a breakout, a little more Aggressive traders, certainly can be down in this area. Probably nothing less than there. So aggressive areas, traders here maybe. Maybe traders want to see proof a little more to the high side here. Amgen also still trending, still looking good. COP, COP's moving up. I've got it marked here, but I think let's do this. Well, I guess we are over the 50% line here from this top to this low. So let's get rid of that. There we go. So over about 122.45, I can see this as being a triggered trade. As far as, the next step on it now is to buy it. So just keep an eye on that. You do still have a top, and you do still have a couple of candles up here that were tops as well. So the resistance could be a little bit rough in here, just a little bit. That reminded me, let's go look at USO. USO, we had a gap up yesterday, and pre-market we're putting in a dark cloud cover. So keep an eye on USO because some of these oils could start leaking a little bit. And this could be a sign in USO maybe. Way early in the day to call it, but I do think we should keep an eye on it. Visa. Visa's still a short. I would like to see Visa pop up a little bit. These dojis we've got here just might make us think we see a little pop up. And that's where, we move up here, we get a little closer to the T-line. This right here is a perfect scenario. Right there. That's a perfect scenario. Here we pop down, we rally up. That's just an excellent entry on Visa. There's your money. So we want kind of the same thing. Move up a little bit and then give us that reason to short, and then down we go. CBOE, I think, has still a bullish tilt to it. As long as we stay in that trend. I like the way it popped up, pulled back. We just need to see some follow through. XOM. XOM's on my watch list to buy today, but I'm going to have to keep an eye on that USO. This was there from yesterday. I don't mind the pullback on XOM. I like that a lot because that gives a better entry. But if USO starts to roll over, it'll push everything over, and this won't be a very good trade right now. So keep my eyes on that. Rivian might be coming back to life. I know some people here were trading Rivian, and then it lost its love here. Rivian might be trying to put its love back together right here. UVXY setting up bullish. Just about all of the inverse ETFs are still bullish. This is not a good sign for the market. When the inverse ETA, I have not had my quota coffee yet. When the inverse ETA start looking bullish, this is just not a good sign for the bulls in the market. Carlos, the pink bar, that means I'm on real time, pre-market time. I come over here and, always show the latest 2 sessions, and that's the pre-market. When the market opens up, I always switch to never. Okay. But during like this morning talk, I switch it over here because I can see what the current bar is doing. But during the day, I don't have to have it on because I can see what the bars are doing. But that's what that is. Okay. Let's see here. Boeing is still short with the 500 period moving down, moving average right here. That would be the target line, the first target line. TXN is still short, still moving down. There's a whole lot of short charts still out here. Look at Netflix. I think Netflix still has a date with the 200 period moving average right here at 369.70, and there's the 500 period moving average at 362.98. We call that 363. So lots of shorts out there. There's a few longs. Market is very, very oversold. If there's, if the boys and girls in Washington would actually grow a brain and stop the bickering and figure out a solution instead of the threats of shutting the government down, the market would have a very different attitude, I think. And at the first hint that they're coming to some agreement, the market is likely to perk up and be bullish again. That's going to be my bet. All righty. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you down at the bottom of the hour, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate everybody. And see you shortly in about 30.